Hi there, this is Christina. Today I'm going to show you how to make this Ireland note design. The name is actually suggested by Ireland's Mom 10610 on Instagram, and this is my pleasure to use this name because this name is one of her kids' name. So in the later time, I found out that she has 3 kids, so I have decided to make another 3 variations for the 3 kids, and of course one for the Ireland's mom. Okay, this is my original design, the Ireland's note. Then this is the second variations that I came out with. I have posted this on my Instagram already. I name it as Ireland's Note 1, and this is Ireland's Note 2, as well as this is Ireland's Note 3. Okay, these 2 designs I haven't posted anywhere else because I just came out with these variations this morning. Okay, I hope you enjoy doing this with me. Before I start the tutorial, I'd like to let you know that this is a 2 hooks design. So even though if you are using a double-ended hook, we still need 2 hooks for this particular design. Alright, without wasting your time, let's get started. First, we need to do a cap band. Then we have to take 2 bands and slide the cap bands over. Reclaim. Take another 2 bands. Slide the first 2 bands over and reclaim. Okay, take a single band, slide the first 2 bands over, pick up the bands which is the nearest to the hook and reclaim. Take a single band, slide the first 2 bands over and reclaim. Take another single band, slide the first band over and reclaim. Okay. If you are using a double-ended hook, you may slide all the bands over to the other ends now, because we are going to work on the other side. Okay. Same thing, we have to take 2 bands, slide the first 2 bands over and reclaim. And now we have to take a single band, slide the first 2 bands over and pick up the band which is nearest to the hook and reclaim. Take a single band, slide the first 2 bands over, reclaim. Take another single band, slide the first band over and reclaim. Okay, so now your work should look like this. You should have 6 bands on each side and 12 bands in total on your hook. Alright, and now we have to take a single band, slide all the bands over, and we have to pick up the center 4 bands. Okay, which means 2 on each side. This is the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th band. Alright, and reclaim. And now we have to use our another hook transfer the first 3 bands to another hook, and now we have to pick up the center 4 bands. Okay. Just like this. Okay. It actually looks like a cross if you see it this way. Cross. Okay. Because this is actually the inner bands. And now we have to take a single band, okay, and slide the center 4 bands over and reclaim. And now we have to transfer these 3 bands over to another hook. Sorry, someone is at the door and my dog will bark whenever there's people at the door pressing the doorbell. Alright, we have to pinch this center band over the hook and let go. Okay, we have to do the same thing over this side. Cabri is getting very excited. Alright, so I have to pinch this band over, bring it over the hook and let go. Okay, so your work should look like this now. And then can you see we actually have like 1 loop, 2 loop. Okay, yeah, this is the band. Just now we bring it over the hook and let go, so we don't go inside this band here. Okay, we don't go inside this band. All right, we will go on top of it. Okay, go in the center of the first loop and pick up the second loop bands. Okay, just like this. And we are going to do the same thing over on the other side. Okay. Go in the first loop. Okay, like this. And pick up, and pick up the second loop, just like this. And now we have to take a single band, slide all the bands over and reclaim. Okay, this is our Allen's knot. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how to make Allen's knot 1. All right, okay, so now we have to take 2 bands. I will show you one more time how to do this, because basically for Allen's knot 1 is the same thing that we have to do all these stitches one more time. It's just the end, at the end there are some stitches difference. So I will go a little bit faster here since it's the same thing. All right. By the way, just now I did mention Cadbury. For those people who doesn't know it, Cadbury is actually my dog, and he is a toy poodle. Yeah, and he's in chocolate color, so it's brown, so we name it Cadbury. All right. And then we have to take another single band, slide the first band over and reclaim. Do the same thing over to the other side. Oh, okay. You might find my camera angle is a bit different today because I just changed my tripod. My previous tripod was broken by my son, so I got another one, and that's also one of the reasons why I have delayed this tutorial. And this tripod is actually different than the previous one which I had, so I'm still trying to get used to this new tripod. Okay, and take a single band, slide all the bands over, pick up the center 4, reclaim. Okay, take another hook, transfer these 3 bands out, pick up the center 4 band. Okay, take a single band. It's the same thing actually. Slide the 4 bands over and reclaim, and transfer these 3 bands over. Okay, pinch the center band over the hook and let go, and do the same thing on the other side. I actually have a double-ended hook, but I don't like to use it. I believe this is personal preference. I prefer to see where my bands goes. Alright, okay, so same thing, pick up this band through the first loop. Okay, and do the same thing for the other side. Okay, and this is exactly the same as the Allen's knot. Okay, exactly the same. Single bands, transfer all the bands over and reclaim. And now the final stitches, which are the difference, will be we have to pick up these 4 loops here, the 4 loose loop here. Okay, so front, back on the side, and because I'm going to turn it and I'm going to transfer them all out to another hook, then I will have to do it. I have to pick up this band a different way. Okay, back than front. Okay, then here it will look nicer. What if I have picked up in the wrong sequence? It will look like this. Okay, look here, it looks different here. And I don't think it looks nice in this way, so I will do it back, front. If you are using a double-ended hook, I believe you won't have this problem. It's only for those people same like me who doesn't like to use double-ended hook, or those people who doesn't have a double-ended hook. This is the small things that you have to pay attention at. Okay, then we have to take a single band, slide all the bands over and reclaim. Alright, for the bands we can always adjust it after we have completed the whole bracelet. Okay, but basically this is how it looks like. This is the Allen Note 1. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how to make Allen Note 2. Okay, exactly the same thing that we have to make the Allen Note first. Okay, just some stitches different actually. Two bands. I'm so sorry, this video will drag a bit longer, but I really wish to show you this full variation. And move on to another side. Take two bands, slide the first two bands over and reclaim. Take a single band, slide the first two bands and pick up the band which is nearest to the hook and reclaim. Take a single band, slide the first two bands and reclaim. Take a single band, slide the first band and reclaim. Okay, and then now we have to take a single band and slide all the bands over and pick up the center four bands and reclaim. Here's another hook. Transfer the first three bands over and then pick up the center four bands. Okay, the bands tends to move, but because I'm able to remember the color sequence, so it's actually easier for me that I already know which bands I have to pick up, because sometimes this some of the bands will move around, so you all have to pay attention on that as well. Okay, take a single band, slide the four bands in the center over and reclaim. Transfer these three bands over to this hook here. Okay, pinch the center, bring it over the hook and let go do the same thing on the other side. Same thing. Okay, so now it's actually the same thing as the island knot. We have to take this bands out as well, and then what I will do now is, sorry, yeah, notice that I've done it out of the camera view. Okay, we have to pinch this very last band over the hook and let go. Okay, and then transfer these 3 bands over to this hook, pick up, same thing, and that's what I will do. Pinch this band, bring it over, okay, and then now we have to take a single band and slide all the bands over and reclaim. So, sorry, I think I pulled too much. Okay, so this is our island knot 2. Okay, so basically the difference is this bands here. Okay, so that's the variation. And then now we are going to work on the island knot 3, 2 bands, exactly the same thing. And then 2 bands. A single band. And a single band. Slide the first 2 bands over and reclaim. Take a single band, slide the first band over and reclaim. Okay. Do a transfer. Two bands. And single band. Okay, then take another single band, slide the first 2 bands over and reclaim. Single band, slide the first band over and reclaim. Exactly the same thing, so I'm not talking much. Okay, pick up the center 4 bands and reclaim. Take another hook. Transfer the 3 bands over. Sorry. Transfer the 3 bands. And then pick up the center 4 bands. As I mentioned earlier, I already know which bands I should pick up. So I will go in and hunt for the bands. Okay. Then take a single band, slide this slide the center 4 bands over. This is actually quite difficult. Too many things to hold on hands. Quickly. Okay. And transfer back these 3 bands, not back, transfer these 3 bands over to the hook. Okay. I guess some of you already know what I'm going to do for the last few stitches. Some of you already know, I think. I might be wrong, because it will be the same as the Allen knot 1. Okay. Same thing. So pinch this over first before we pick up the other bands from the other side. I find this is actually easier. I don't know. I think this is easier for me. Sorry. I don't like this tripod. Okay. So the next will be the same as the Allen knot 1. We have to pick up the loose bands at the side. Like this. And the same thing on the other side. Okay, no. Back, then front. Okay, that's correct. Alright, and then we have to take a single band and slide all the bands over. Okay, be careful because there's a lot of bands and there's some tension on the bands when you slide all the bands over. Got to be careful a little bit because you don't want to miss any bands out. Okay, and this is our Allen knot 3. Okay, you all can always adjust the band after you completed the whole bracelet. Okay, I'm not going to adjust it here. So I hope you all like this design, and I will see you all soon. Bye.